Hello, Michael Curcio here again. Said I'd be doing this every day. So I'm like, okay, how can I help these people? Okay, I've got people on my team. You've signed up for some different programs, and I don't know what you want to do with it, but I want to help. Okay, I'm looking at this. I mean, right now it's not much. I'm just getting started here. I'm making about $100 an hour. $100 an hour. Sorry, $100 a day in in traffic monsoon. Yeah, wishful thinking, I guess. In traffic monsoon, and I've got 260 people who signed up in my multi-stream. Some of them signed up on traffic monsoon, and I think maybe they just shrugged it off, going, "Okay, this is just another scam." So I'm going to, well, I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't really screen share, but I'll put an image in or something so you can see. I mean, I'm doing $100 a day. It's not a lot of money. But then I started thinking today, there's this old thing, and they said, if you got a penny and you doubled it every single day for a month, and I don't know what the math is, but I mean, one day you'd have one penny, the next day you'd have two, the next day you'd have 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. A lot of you people work with computers, so you know the numbers. 64, 128, 512, 1024, 2048. I mean, 2048 pennies, that's nothing to sneeze at. You wouldn't turn it down if somebody handed it to you. 4,096, 8,192, and I know after 16 days, it's like 65,536 pennies. And I'll let you guys do the math, okay? So I'm looking at traffic monsoon, and I'm going, all right, so it's 10% every 50 days. So if I do that 10 times, or 7 times in a year, I'm at 70%. But yeah, if I do it 10 times, I've doubled my money. So basically, every 500 days, whatever you put in the traffic monsoon would double. So you put $1,000 in there, 500 days later, you've got 2,000. You won't do that well with money in a bank, okay? And then 500 days later, your 2,000 is 4,000. I mean, yeah, this is adding up to a lot of days, but what if you started with $5,000? And in 500 days, I mean, if you're young, you've got time, okay? I'm a little older, so I don't have as much time as you do, but if you put in $5,000 in the traffic monsoon, that's like 100 credit packs, or ad packs, I'm sorry. So if you bought 100 ad packs, then in 500 days, you'd have another 5,000. And in another 500 days, you'd have 10,000. In another 500 days, you'd have 20,000. Now, we don't know how long this is going to be around, but it's been here for a while, and it looks like it's just building momentum. So, give it a shot. I mean, there was a guy, I was watching him, and he put in, he bought 1,500 credit packs. As far as I could tell, he bought most of them himself. And, I'm going, wow, that's a lot of money. That's $75,000. But, hey, in 500 days, in a year and a half, he'll have another $75,000. And in another year and a half, I mean, yeah, these are huge numbers. But how much money do you need to make? I mean, what if you were making, an extra $100 a month, an extra $1,000 a month? But the only way you're going to know is to get started. So I've got some links below. My email's here. If you guys want to contact me, contact me. I make little videos like this every day. Some of you probably, well, the ones who haven't seen it aren't going to hear me say this, but some of you just probably delete the emails and everything. And that's fine. I mean, I've watched a friend of mine do this. It's taken him a while, but he's making 6 figures, okay? And it's like anything else. You got to work at it, You don't go to a job and sit there and say, well, hey, I'm just going to sit here for 2 weeks and, see my paycheck to see if I'm really going to get paid. You've got to work at it. And, I mean, compared to the amount of money people put into, $60,000 into a college education, okay, for 4 years, and that's a cheap education, depending on where you go to school. But you put $60,000 into a college education, you could put $60,000 into traffic monsoon, and in 500 days you'd have another $60,000. And another 500 days you'd have 120. How much are you going to make after spending $60,000 for that education? Anyway, so it's just something to think about. You know, I'm just a regular guy. I mean, I've worked hard my whole life, having trouble finding a job, and decided, you know what, people are doing this online and making money, and if they can do it, I can do it, and so can you.